Arsenal's title dreams well and truly alive with 14 games left to play. 15, of course, for Liverpool. They have a game in hand. They are 6 points clear. But for City, 15 points off the pace now and just scrapping, really, for a Champions League spot next season. You heard a snippet there of Piers Morgan's smug-ish message to Erling Haaland and those who taunted Arsenal in the past. Let's hear it in full.
This is Piers Morgan for talkSPORT. Just got back from the Emirates Stadium after watching Arsenal demolish Manchester City 5-1. The last time he played City, Erling Haaland had a lot to say for himself at the end of the game. He went up to our manager, Mikel Arteta, and told him to stay humble. He also said to our young rising star, Miles Lewis-Skelly, that he didn't know who the F he was. Well, two things I'd like to say after today's game, Erling. One is, I think you know who Mr. Lewis-Skelly is now. And secondly, stay humble. The way you lot are playing, we're going to have a lot to be humble about.
Oh, look, people constantly getting hot under the collar about something and nothing, aren't they? It's nice to have a little bit of spice in the game.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. I mean, I can see it from both angles. I think probably Haaland deserved a little bit back. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with the boys giving him a little bit back. But at the same time, Haaland's the one with the league championship medals and all that stuff, and City are the team with the titles and the Champions League. So, yeah, I don't mind it at all.
Yeah, no, neither do I. Let's find out what a former City defender and manager makes of their continued demise. It's a very good morning to Stuart Pearce. Morning, Stuart.
Morning, Pearce.
Morning, gents. How are we doing?
Yeah, really good.
How are you, mate?
Look,
yeah, top form, thanks.
Stu, before we talk City, we have to talk Forest, don't we, really? Oh. You know, you were at the City ground on Saturday. Having been beaten 5-0, how incredible a scoreline was that against Brighton?
Well, Jeff, the best two performances I've seen in the Premier League this year have come over the last 3 weeks. Bournemouth winning at Newcastle, which was brilliant performance, and then Forest performance yesterday of energy, of drive. It had everything. At the end of the game, I just had to stand up and just applaud football, really. And I didn't think Brighton played that badly, personally. I just think Forest blew them away.
You see, what a statement it was, because there was a lot of people, myself included, after the result and the going over, and it was a going over they got at Bournemouth, who, incidentally, you're right, have been on a sensational run. It was really important for them to bounce back, but I could not see them bouncing back like that, mate.
No, you couldn't. As I say, the game looked as though it was in the balance, if you like, you know, especially after that beating last week. Would it rock their confidence? But I'll tell you what, Ali, Gibbs, White, Elanga and Wood as a three were almost unplayable. The energy and the work rate that they all put in defensively as well was not to be overlooked. They're brilliant, honestly, really good. And a couple of weeks ago, I was asked, do I think they'd get a Champions League place? I said, no, I think it'll be beyond them, but probably Europe. I think Champions League place is well on the cards now.
Well, I mean, the door's open, isn't it? 6 points between themselves and the teams in fourth and fifth places. It's just an incredible turnaround for Forest. It really is. The next 4 league games, PSC, this will determine it, won't it? They've got Fulham and Newcastle away, Arsenal and Manchester City at home. But you look at those games, you think, well, if they can beat Newcastle and if they can beat City, wow, what a position that puts them in.
Well, exactly. You could either look at them 4 games and think, well, you know, there's a bit of trouble up ahead. Or alternatively, you get through those 4 games reasonably unscathed and you take the scalp of either Arsenal or Man City in that journey and they're right on for it. Make no mistake. The place is bouncing up there. I'm so proud of them.
You see, what about City? I mean, we've been talking to them, as you can imagine, all morning. The biggest surprise for me is that it's actually not a surprise the way they capitulated the last half hour. I saw them in Lisbon, and it was you're actually scratching your head defensively. They're well in the game. Haaland obviously got the equaliser. They're well in the game, and then they just collapse, mate.
Ali, the only time City managed to stay in games sort of thing is when teams respect them too much. They've been beaten. They beat Chelsea and they beat Forest over the last couple of months when I've been watching, and both teams respected them too much. All the teams that have sort of gone out and gone after them, which Arsenal did eventually when they've ended up City scoring, that, you know, they come out and went after them. And that applies for a lot of other teams. They rock City to the core and that they shake their confidence. And as I say, Pep will be back. There's no doubt about that. He's too good a manager. The players are too good. I'm not sure it's going to be this season, though, Ali.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it doesn't look like it. I mean, you say Pep will be back, but I look at him on the touchline and he cuts such a desperately frustrated figure. I keep wondering whether he regrets saying he would stay.
I think, Jeff, he said that he would to try and get stability in the camp. I can understand as a leader why he would commit himself to the club in the hope that it would give everybody, including the playing staff, a lift. But to be fair, it hasn't done that.
Tell you where I'm moving, Piercy. I make no apology. What about my big mate? What a turnaround at Everton. What's going on?
Listen, 1 minute they write him off, the next minute he's manager of the month. You can't hold a good man down. It's just brilliant, mate. We fortunately, in the next couple of weeks, I'm up at the Derby match, which will be brilliant now, and Manchester United at home. So I'm looking forward to going in to seeing the big man and seeing Billy and the staff as well. He's done brilliant. Listen, you can't write a manager off that's managed more than 1,000 games. You know what I mean? He's just an outstanding manager. I've always said that.
I'll give you a laugh. Jeff said to me, what's a good position? He said to me, he asked me, what's a good position for West Ham to finish this year? I said, a Moyes position.
Exactly that. Yeah, 6th or 7th would do nicely now.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Just a quick take on the title. I mean, obviously it's a massive win for Arsenal at the weekend, Stu, but Liverpool are still calling all the shots, aren't they?
For me, Jeff, home and dry Liverpool. I think that they've probably, if you stop the league now and said who are the best, best team, best 11 in the league, Liverpool would probably have at least 4 or 5 players in that on form, Salah, Van Dijk and the like. Incredible. I just think they're too good at the moment. I just can't see anyone pipping them. I really can't.
Stu, look, it's a big. We've talked about all the big guns and the such. It's a massive day for some of the smaller clubs in the country because I think it's the draw for the FA Trophy and the FA Vase, and you're going to be at Wembley for that.
Yeah, certainly. Myself and Adrian are at Wembley for that. The Isuzu draw. It'll be brilliant. As I say, my non-league routes as well. I take a keen interest in that. I'll be there at the finals day as well, back end of the season, which will be fantastic. And it's quarter-final period, so they're getting close to a Wembley appearance.
What a dream that is for players at that level to
Indeed.
Play at Wembley. Be the greatest day of their lives. So, okay, do them all proud, Piercy.
No problem, Jeff. I've just got something for Ali here. He probably don't realise. Dropkick Murphys are in town.
When?
I'm going tomorrow at Birmingham and I'm going Saturday at Ali Pally.
Oh.
That's tickled you, isn't it? That's tickled you a little bit.
Is this some sort of coded conversation?
Listen, there's a lot of people out there, Jeff, who know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm with you, mate. By the way, they're
and I've got a
lively.
couple of new bands for him as well. I saw a band called The Meths on Friday, which are worth seeing, and a band called Split Dogs, real punk combo that are making waves. Tell him to have a listen to them.
I love it. I love it, mate. I'll get tuned in, don't worry.
Top man.
And I won't, Stu, don't worry.
I know you won't, Jeff. I know you won't.
Brilliant. Thanks, Piercy.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.